Glam Fam, welcome back. Today is going to be a review of episode 9 of season 13 of Real Housewives of New Jersey. So they start with Dolores and Paul, and they're talking about Frank and how he needs to back off, of course. Now, I didn't know that Paul was still in communication with his ex, and they have kids together, but I think their kids are like 21 or something. I mean, so I do get, them having a relationship is important, but Dolores kind of tried to compare them, and it's not really the same because he's not weirdly obsessed with her. They're just co-parenting. And they really don't even have to co-parent at this point because their kids are grown. Then Dolores starts talking about Jen Aiden and how she's going to meet up with her. She misses Dolores, misses the friendship. And I'm trying to figure out if she actually misses the friendship or if she's just getting jealous because she sees Jennifer getting close to other people. She didn't have this change of heart until Jackie told her everything that Jen was venting to her about her and Bill. And then she wanted to know everything that she was going through. And now she wanted to be friends with her again. So it's like, girl, are you just jealous that she making other friends? Or like, do you really miss her? They met up and they called a truce. They had a great conversation. They actually listened to each other. And everything went good, basically, because it just seemed like they was ready to be friends again. It seemed like they were both over the fighting, so they had a great conversation and moved past everything. So Danielle FaceTimes Teresa. Teresa is sick, so we will not be seeing her in this episode, but she FaceTimes her to talk about the Jersey Shore. So apparently what happened after Melissa and Joe stormed off at the shore last week, Louis came back and was crying because he is just so devastated by all of this drama. I don't know why he was crying. I don't know. That's just another thing on my list of creepy stuff that Louis does. They're flipping back and forth between Danielle FaceTiming Teresa and Joe and Melissa talking about the situation as well. But then they kind of switch gears. They talk about Teresa's wedding and how Dina is no longer in Teresa's wedding because of this piece of business situation. Y'all remember Joe and Louis was trying to go into business and Louis pretty much lost out on like $250K off of this business. But now, according to Joe, Dina's husband was in on it too. So when it fell through, the relationship between Teresa and Dina fell out as well. And Dina pulled out from being a bridesmaid in Teresa's wedding. This is according to Joe. I'm not saying this is facts. I'm just saying this is what came out of Joe's mouth. Do I believe it? No. Now, this was just so random. I don't know how Dina got involved in this. Dina has been gone since like season 6. Dina don't want nothing to do with the show. So Jennifer has decided to have this psychic. We'll get to that psychic. Jennifer decides to host this event to have this psychic read coffee cups. He hosts it at Dolores' house because she knows she's not in a good space with the ladies. Most of the ladies are there and they're outside on the patio talking, and Dolores and Jennifer are explaining what the event is and also how they're co-hosting it because they have reconnected. None of the ladies seemed excited that a friendship was rekindled. These ladies do not like peace. Y'all know they clicked up like they in 12th grade. So that's what they on. It's this side versus this side. They don't want to see nobody making up. So then Melissa arrives and Jennifer and Dolores make another announcement. So they decide to tell the ladies that Teresa has asked them to be bridesmaids in her wedding. And Melissa was not happy about that.
So we're bridesmaids.
You could tell Melissa was hating because she kind of tried to steal Dolores' joy a little bit. So apparently Dina was going to be a bridesmaid originally, but I guess when something happened that caused her to pull out and not attend Teresa's wedding, Dolores was plan B. Now Dolores and Dina don't get along. Not really sure why, but I'm sure it has something to do with the Caroline-Dina fallout, because I do remember seeing Dolores on the earlier seasons of New Jersey, and she was always with Caroline, so I'm sure, she stayed loyal to her when they had their falling out. I wasn't watching Jersey at the time that it aired and all the tea came out, so I don't really know. But when I was catching up on the seasons, I did recognize Dolores in the earlier seasons. So Angie, the coffee cup reader, arrives, and it's time to give these ladies their reading. Now, she starts with Dolores, and she tells Dolores that there is a ring coming. Now, when they showed Paulie eavesdropping, when she said this, like he was the one who had told her to say that, and he was waiting on the reaction, kind of figured at that point that this was going to be some BS.
There's a ring in your finger.
Oh my God.
It's coming soon.
Oh my God.
I never believe when these psychics come on the show, with the exception of that one on Real Housewives when they had that, what was he, a shaman? No, he wasn't a shaman. They went to see a shaman, but that's not who I'm talking about. When they went to see that guy in Africa who pretty much predicted their entire lives, there was no way production could have told them all of that. So that's really the only time I actually believe a psychic on the show. But yeah, based on the way this went, it seemed like either production or Jennifer gave this lady some background information. She moves on to Rachel, and then she tells Rachel that she will be able to legally adopt her stepson in the next 3 months to 3 years. So okay, we'll see. She moves on to Margaret, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. Lady.
There's something with a friend of yours. A very close friend. Someone, I see her as a child and now as an adult, somebody you grew up with. And I keep seeing the letter L.
How does she know this?
I see a knife like in your back, literally.
You know somebody gave you that tea about Laura. And she says they'll eventually rekindle the relationship. I don't know. Maybe I feel like Margaret gonna take that as a challenge and not make up with the girl just because the psychic said she was. So then once they got to Jennifer, now this is when the ladies caught on, because that reading was just too specific.
Your husband really does love you a lot. And you're definitely all about family. You want to spend as much time as you possibly can with family. I see people have offered you things or endorsements.
I've heard it from the grapevine. I'm much more in demand than you are.
I see by all your endorsements.
Yeah, my-
Love Jen, but girl, you set this up. You or production, one of y'all, maybe the both of y'all, set this up. So the psychic moves on to Danielle. Of course, she talks about the brother situation. So then Jackie chimes in, acting as if she's concerned. So then they all start asking her about the brother situation again. They keep asking the same thing over and over, like as if she's gonna give them any new information. Like she gonna tell y'all every time to mind y'all business. So Melissa tells them to back off. And then Danielle calls out Rachel for pretty much carrying the bone and causing all of the drama. And yeah, they start going at it. So this is too much for Miss Angie. And Angie leaves with her notepad.
I was not trying to sabotage anything. I wasn't.
You threw me under the bus. Well, I didn't say under the bus. I think she was just relaying.
Just like I knew, talking about you was psychic, you had all of their tea written down on that notepad. So they keep arguing, and Dolores eventually kicks them out. And I would have too, because like, how many times you gonna have the same argument about the same thing? And the episode pretty much ends there. So next week they go to Ireland, and it's Teresa's bachelorette party. And also Jennifer Aiden finally tells us what Margaret's ex-best friend had to say. The tea is somebody was making out with somebody, but we don't have no names. But I'm assuming that the somebody was married, and that's why they are nameless. But she gotta be talking about Margaret, because why would she come in a group with tea on other ladies? Unless she's exposing Margaret for telling the other ladies tea. I don't know. We'll have to figure out next week. Honestly, I think this is probably the only Housewives franchise where I actually enjoy their separate storylines more than them together. Just because it's the same stuff. Like, if they could find something else to argue about other than Melissa and Teresa and Margaret and whoever she's picking on that day, then I probably would enjoy them together a lot better. I am so over this. It's the same formula every episode. Some lady is gonna host a party about something. Margaret's gonna show up and pick a fight with somebody. Jackie's gonna try to be relevant and pick a fight with somebody. And then Melissa and Teresa are gonna end up in this big blowout. Now, Teresa was not here because she was sick, but if she was there, her and Melissa would have got into it again. So yeah, I'm just really over that. And I feel like in order for that to change, somebody honestly needs to go. It's been rumors going around that this is Melissa's last season. Hopefully that is true, because I am so sick of this same group dynamic. It's really tired. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about everything in the comment section down below. Stay happy, healthy, and all of that good stuff. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.